My name is Hanna Fosbrink. I'm the manager of communications and managing editor for the Ohio Cattlemens Association, and I went to high school at East Clinton High School. Go Astros! I handle all the communication aspects for the association, as well as graphic design and photography and all of those kinds of things. The most exciting part of my career is getting to use graphic design skills with different Adobe technologies and getting to use my creative side a little bit with the technology side of things so that I can create something that people notice. My high school FFA teacher is actually a big part of why I decided to go into the field that I went into. He definitely pushed me and helped me to figure out what I was good at, and that I really loved being in agriculture. And so that's what made me decide to major in agricultural communications when I left for college. I use science in my field pretty often, just for the sole fact that I have to communicate a lot of things from the scholarly level, so from universities, extension, and things like that. I have to figure out ways to communicate that with our members, our cattle producers. They're not necessarily going to go out finding that information, so I have to figure out ways that I can relay that information to them in more simpler terms rather than the 20-page long study that was done. I use technology every single day in my field. Like I mentioned before, the Adobe programs for video editing, photo editing, graphic design for the magazine, putting that all together, and then of course cameras for different photography. Using microphones and things like that for interviews, my cell phone even just for social media and website updates and all that kind of stuff. So I use technology every single day. It's a big part of my job. I couldn't do my job without technology. So if you were using Photoshop or something like that, you can edit things out of photos. You can edit things into photos. I use InDesign a lot for different layouts for magazines or flyers. Illustrator is cool because you can use that to make logos and things. And then of course Premiere, Adobe Premiere for video editing. That's a big one right now, and definitely a fun one. And there's definitely not enough video editors in the world right now. I will say if that's a field that you're interested in, definitely pursue it because we are constantly looking for somebody who can edit videos for us. I'd say the biggest problem in my field, specifically for agriculture related things, my biggest issue is trying to figure out how I can relay the same information to a 20-something-year-old as I am relaying to a 60-year-old. Trying to figure out creative ways to use that technology for the young kids, or maybe get those older folks into the technology and kind of teach them that. In my position, I consider myself I mean, I might not get a direct paycheck from Ohio's Cattlemen, right? But those are, at the end of the day, that's who I work for. So that is just a neat concept to me, that I wake up in the morning, go to my job, and I am constantly in the back of my head, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's updating the website, writing a press release, in the back of my head, I'm working for Ohio's cattle producers. And I take that job very seriously. I take a lot of pride in that job, and I love doing it. It definitely makes getting up and coming to work a little bit easier in the morning.